I mean, it makes sense. You know, the truth is, Old Town Road is like super huge.
Lil Nas X breakaway song was a parody. He didn't make country music. He was a gay dude running a Nicki Minaj fan page.
When he came with the first record, everybody's like, what in the hell? He went from 0 to 100.
You know, religion is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, but I also didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a you to you people, to the Christians, like, you know, it was not that.
Y'all, what happened to Lil Nas X? Like, seriously, how do you go from breaking global records and literally giving the devil a lap dance on national TV to barely pulling 3 million views on your latest video and publicly begging fans for validation? One day, he's the internet's golden troll king, and the next, he's tweeting through a mental spiral, leaking his own tracks, and silently watching his legacy dissolve. And trust me, it didn't happen overnight. From record-breaking bangers to shocking stunts, Lil Nas X built his empire on controversy, creativity, and a whole lot of confidence. But somewhere along the way, the audience stopped clapping and started scrolling. So buckle up, besties, because we're about to uncover how one of the boldest pop stars of our time fumbled his own crown, and why he might not get another shot at the throne. This is the rise and messy fall of Lil Nas X. Let's rewind to 2019, when Lil Nas X went from a broke college dropout running a Nicki Minaj fan page to becoming the literal face of a music revolution. Old Town Road wasn't just a song, it was a cultural reset, a country trap crossover that had cowboys and TikTok teens singing "I Got the Horses in the Back" like it was the national anthem. And that wasn't by accident. Lil Nas X knew exactly what he was doing.
I always get my beats like from YouTube. I'll just go through like 100 beats. I found the beat on like Halloween night.
He bought the beat for $30 off YouTube, plugged it into a wave of viral meme culture, and boom, history was made. The song topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 19 straight weeks. Yup, that's longer than Despacito, and even Mariah Carey's holiday anthem. He broke Drake's streaming record. He made Billboard change their own charting rules.
When you get to like the country charts, you know what I'm saying? And then they pull your song off the country charts when they say it's not country enough or it's not country music. Does that affect you in any way?
At first it was just like, you know, all right, okay, I'm still on Billboard.
Right.
But then I looked at, you know, what people were saying. I was like, okay, this does make sense. Okay, like I'm listening to other songs and I'm like, it's some trap elements in some of these. What's going on?
He literally forced country music to confront its own gatekeeping. And when Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on the remix, it was game over. But Lil Nas X wasn't just making hits, he was making statements. With the release of his EP7, he dropped Panini, Rodeo, and came out as gay. All while navigating the deeply homophobic undertones of the hip-hop world, he wasn't hiding anymore. Instead, he was doubling down, using his platform to challenge norms, trigger conversations, and make haters seethe. And it worked. By 2021, Lil Nas X had completely ditched subtlety for pure, unfiltered chaos, and we ate it up. His rollout for Montero, Call Me By Your Name, was like watching a masterclass in internet manipulation. Religious imagery? Check. Satanic symbolism? Double check. Him giving Satan a lap dance before snapping his neck? Triple check. But this wasn't just shock for the sake of shock.
I put the snippet out in like June. I was like, oh, people really fucking with this. I didn't know what's gonna happen, but it was like my biggest like snippet, you know?
He said he was reclaiming trauma from his Christian upbringing. The LGBTQ plus community stood behind him. Conservative media lost their minds.
You'll never be able to listen to it again. A bunch of devil worshiping, wicked nonsense, pentagram wearing on your Nike tennis shoes 666. You think I'm gonna stand for that? You've lost your mind. You tell Lil Nas X I said so. A bunch of Satanism, bunch of wickedness, bunch of devilism.
Pastors were literally foaming at the mouth. And guess what? The single went #1 again. But here's where things started to shift. The controversy worked, but only for a moment. As soon as the Satan shoes dropped, literally, the backlash started feeling louder than the music. Parents were outraged. Rappers started distancing themselves. Even Joyner Lucas, who supported him before, called him out for misleading kids who loved Old Town Road. Then came Industry Baby with Jack Harlow. And boom, another chart topper. People started thinking maybe he can pull it off again. But instead of evolving, Lil Nas X doubled down on the trolling. Fake pregnancy photo shoots for his album Montero, unfiltered clapbacks on Twitter, and a growing obsession with attention over artistry. It was iconic at first, but then it started getting exhausting. Fast forward to 2024 and the music just isn't hitting the same. Sure, he still drops singles here and there, but they're barely making noise. Hotbox barely scratched 5 million streams. His most recent track, J. Christ, was meant to be a bold comeback, but instead, it flopped hard. He dressed up as Jesus, called himself the Second Coming, and and used religious imagery again. Only this time, people weren't angry, they were bored. The same tricks he used to shake the internet before were now being labeled as lazy and desperate. Even his fans were like, dude, we've seen this movie already. And when the backlash hit, Lil Nas X did something uncharacteristic.
Even in your garden, you know that you can't call me when you want, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, let me take this to like these religious theme and flip it on to my own, you know? And I had a lot of fun with it. And I kind of like took something that really made me hate myself as a child and kind of made it into my own thing.
He explained himself. He said he didn't mean to mock religion, that he was just saying he's back like Jesus. But nobody was buying it. The magic was gone. The strategy that once made him a genius now made him look like a one-trick pony. And the track, it peaked at number 69. Oof. Even streamer Kai Cenat publicly dragged him. And the whole thing started to feel less like art and more like a social media stunt gone stale. But here's where it gets dark. Behind the scenes, Lil Nas X wasn't just struggling creatively, he was spiraling.
That message like turned around and I didn't know how to like do anything with it. It wasn't my chaos anymore. It was the world's, and anything anybody said was true because that's who I am as a person. I'm this troll and I want to make these people mad. And so everybody can run with that. And there's nothing I can do about that.
After Jay Christ bombed, he admitted on a podcast that the backlash hit him harder than he let on. He said he was lost, that the chaos had overtaken the message, and that he was scared. He started leaking his own songs on Twitter and asking fans if they were any good. Y'all, this is a man who once had the whole world in his palm. Now questioning himself like a SoundCloud rookie. And then came the tea. A supposed industry insider revealed that Columbia Records hated his new album. Like, scrapped the entire thing. Only 3 songs were saved. He went radio silent. No tours, no press, no performances, just vibes and deleted tweets. Even diehard fans were left wondering, where's Lil Nas X? His videos weren't trending. His music wasn't charting. And then, in April 2025, he came back online to reveal he had Bell's palsy. Half his face wasn't moving properly. It was heartbreaking. And for a second, everyone rallied behind him. But sympathy can't revive a dying career. And Lil Nas X seemed to know it. Now, as he prepares to drop his next album, Dream Boy, the buzz is dead silent. No viral teasers, no insane visuals, just whispers and worry. Even when he dropped the single Light Again, he begged fans to listen. He said it was his favorite song ever, but it barely cracked 3 million views. And let's be real, this isn't just about one flop. This is a pattern. The attention-grabbing antics that once catapulted him to stardom have officially overstayed their welcome. People aren't angry anymore, they're indifferent. And in the age of TikTok, that's a death sentence. He's no longer a pop disruptor. He's not even a pop darling. He's just drifting. The saddest part, he knows it. He admitted to hoarding music out of fear. Fear that it won't do well, fear that people won't care, and fear that his best days are behind him. But here's the thing, y'all. Lil Nas X is still young. He's still talented. And if he can stop chasing controversy and start chasing connection, there's still hope. He doesn't need to be the troll king anymore. He just needs to be real. Because right now, the only question anyone's asking is, what happened to Lil Nas X? And if he doesn't have the answer soon, someone else will write the ending for him.